My name is Larisa Ziegelmann. I am currently a student at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, and I'm doing this presentation for y'all. And it's about preventing STDs in the teen population, okay? All right, and y'all can feel free to ask questions as we go along, okay? So an STD, that's an abbreviation, and what does it actually stand for?
Sexually transmitted disease.
Okay, and a sexually transmitted disease, sometimes we can refer to them as sexually transmitted infections as well, but it's the same term, STD or STI. A disease or infection that is transmitted from one person to another through sexual contact or exposure to infectious body fluids, okay? So, common places that people can harbor STDs. Do y'all know common places that, places in the body where STDs harbor or stay or live?
The mouth?
Where? Mouth? Good. Where else?
Your private areas.
Your private
Genitals.
private areas.
So the female and the male reproductive systems, okay? We said the mouth, and then where else? The eyes. You know, STDs in the eyes as well. Okay? All right. Transmission. So this is how it's spread from one person to another. The most common way we think of is like sexual contact, right? Through what? Blood, vaginal secretions, or vaginal fluids or semen. Okay, all of those exchanging of one body fluid to another. Okay, so that's your traditional like sexual contact. Okay. Also, and this was a question on your pre-test, that STDs can also be spread through saliva and direct skin-to-skin contact. Did y'all know that?
I ain't know about the saliva. I got it right.
I ain't know about the skin.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the different STDs and kind of how they're transmitted, because some of them can be, the majority of them are transmitted sexually through sexual contact or the exchange of body fluids, but some of them you can get by just touching another person. Okay. All right. First, we're going to talk about signs and symptoms. Did y'all know that a good portion of STDs present without any signs or symptoms? So what does that mean?
You don't know that.
You don't even know that you have it, okay? So each STD, the signs and symptoms that it may present with are different, but here are your common ones. They'll have sores or rashes, an unusual discharge. They may have itching or burning during urination, and we're going to talk about kind of what the different STDs and what signs and symptoms go with each one. So here's your common ones. Have y'all all heard of these before?
Yes.
Okay. So most STDs can either be bacterial, viral, it can be caused by a protozoa or a parasite. Okay? So we're going to talk about each category. So first of all, your most common types is bacterial STDs. And that's chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. Okay? And these are some different pictures. I wanted to show you because we all know, y'all to a certain age, to where you know that the reproductive system is what is involved with STDs, right? So this is a cervix, which is inside of a woman, close to the uterus. And so what I want you to understand is with STDs, it can affect the entire reproductive system. So what does that mean for females that get STDs?
Your baby can have your baby. Your baby can
It
have
can affect the baby, or it can cause a woman to be infertile. Okay. So because this is a picture here. This is a normal cervix. This is somebody with chlamydia. Do y'all see this? Mm-hmm. What is that?
I don't know. White stuff, bacteria.
Some type of like white bacteria, pus-like stuff. Okay. So that's where. What signs and symptoms do you think they will present with?
Discharge.
The unusual discharge, okay? We talked about the mouth being a harbor for STDs. Gonorrhea, okay? Do you have to have sex with this person to get gonorrhea?
No.
What do you do?
Kiss.
Exchange of saliva, okay? And this is worst case scenario. Okay, this is a very bad case. Some people don't present with any signs and symptoms. So how would you know?
When you eat it.
Okay. So they may have gonorrhea and they just may have one sore. Would you know that?
No.
No. Okay. And then this picture over here is syphilis. This is like early stage syphilis. So they have a rash over pretty much their entire body. So after that first stage, this kind of disappears though. So if you met a person like this, you would know something was wrong, right? But in the late stages, you may not know that they have anything. Okay? Here's some viral STDs: herpes, HIV, and hepatitis. Herpes, these are the STDs that we worry about a lot, and the health science students know why. Why do we worry about viral infections?
You can't cure them.
You can't cure them. Okay? These right here, you cannot cure. Viral or viruses are very small. They're hard to kill, and so we don't really have any treatment for them. Okay? So not all STDs we can cure, especially these viral ones. Herpes, this is what it looks like. They have like outbreaks. They kind of look like little blisters, okay, and they'll be on the genital area. Yes. Can you really get it on your lip? No. Most commonly when we talk about STDs, we're going to talk about like genital warts. Okay. The one on the lip is kind of like a different form, but it is a form of herpes. It's just different. Okay. And then HIV and AIDS. Why do I not have a picture of what they look like?
What is it?
HIV and AIDS, what does it affect? It's in the blood. So we don't know what somebody would look like if they had HIV or hepatitis. Okay? It's just in the blood. And then this is the protozoa, Trichomoniasis. This is actually like a little bug. This is what it looks like underneath the microscope, and it lives in the reproductive system. Whether it's in the urethra where you urinate from, that's where you get the burning during urination. That does not sound fun, does it? No. Okay, and then this is the unusual discharge. Okay, that's like a Q-tip swab of the unusual discharge. And do you think that's going to smell bad? It's pus, so yes, it's going to smell bad. And then the other parasite, which lives on the body, on the pubic area, is pubic lice, or what they call crabs. And this is what that parasite looks like. Okay? And like you can see the picture, and it's actual little tiny bugs that live on the pubic region. Okay, but just from first glance, you may not see them. Yes.
Can women get crabs too?
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to talk about some statistics. 1 in every 4 sexually active teens have or have had an STD. Okay? So when you convert that to a percentage, what is it? 25%. All right, the United States has the highest rate of STDs in the world.
Oh.
Can y'all come to any conclusions why?
Not me, but
Okay, so when we're thinking about the entire world, the United States is number 1 for sexually transmitted diseases. Where do you think Mississippi falls on there in the United States?
No.
We in the first 10.
You think we're in the first 10?
I don't even think
You think we're 50th in the nation?
Number 10.
We're number 4. In the entire United States, we're number 4. Okay? So what's your percentage, what do you think your chances of getting an STD in Mississippi is? Pretty high, huh? All right, some more statistics. 40 to 65% of the people living with an STD don't even know that they're infected, and we said why. Okay? Some STDs don't present with signs and symptoms. Okay? And then most STDs, I didn't say all STDs, but most STDs can be treated. And what do you think the average cost of a treatment for an STD? Ones that can be treated, what do you think it would cost
It be in the hundreds or 1,000.
Probably close to 1,000.
Close, yeah, close.
Close to 1,000, you think?
$15.
The average cost to treat an STD, if it's treatable, is $15 average. Okay? Why? If it's that simple and it's not very expensive, why do you think people don't get treated?
They ashamed.
They're
But they
ashamed.
pride
They
themselves.
don't know that they have them.
They may not know that they have it. Okay? So nobody wants an STD.
No.
Nobody wants to go to the doctor and say, oh, I think I have an STD, even if it's that simple to treat. Okay, so there's this stigma on STD and, oh, nobody wants it. We're just going to deny that we have one and live with it. All right, so now we're going to play a game. It's called the transmission game. And each student will receive a bag, and you're going to, inside the bag, there's going to be a card. And on that card, it's going to have some directions. And I need you to carefully read those directions and follow those directions, okay? And then once everybody gets their bag, you're going to have about 3 minutes to exchange candy and do whatever is on your card, okay? I need 2 people. You want to come be a partner? Okay. Okay. You 2 are going to be partners, okay? Y'all are going to do the activity together. And the rest of y'all, just in random order, come get you a bag. And y'all go ahead and stand up once you've read. Don't let anybody else see your card. And y'all are going to move around the room and exchange or do what it says on your card. You've got 3 minutes. Don't read your card.
You want to explain?
Make sure I put my name in How do you spell it? I can't come I can trade you 2 more times. What's your name? Let's trade. No. 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 What's your name? No. Somebody talking. I'm all out of I gave them something. Oh, I got
Y'all got 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Okay, time. Y'all can go back to your seat. At your seat, I need you to stand up and just kind of stay at your seat, okay? You may need, you'll sit down eventually, maybe, okay? All right. So everyone exchanged candy. Who thinks they got the most signatures? Who got more than 5? Who got more than 10? Who got more than 15? Okay, well, who got more than 12?
I got 12.
You got 12?
I got 2.
Anybody get 13?
I got 13.
You got 13? Anybody beat 13?
14.
You got 14? All right. You get a prize in a little bit. Yay. All right, so y'all still stand up. We said Shemaya got the most signatures. All right, the candy represents body fluid. Everyone started out with their own substance of body fluid. Do you remember the candy that you started out with?
Yeah.
All right. And now y'all have exchanged body fluid with everyone that you exchanged candy with. This is a simulation. It's just pretend, just to give you an idea of transmission, STD transmission. Okay. So on the bottom of your bag, you probably have some type of mark. Who has the star? Or the asterisk? Jordan? Okay. Jordan has a star on her bag. Jordan, what candy did you start out with? The blow pop. Who has a blow pop in their bag?
You're welcome.
Jordan, for this simulation, simulates, what do y'all think?
You guys keep names.
HIV. So everybody that has a sucker, y'all stand up. The other ones that do not have a sucker, y'all stand today. Okay. Shemaya, you don't have a sucker in yours?
Oh, I kind of wrong, my bad. I have 13.
You still don't have a sucker in your bag? Did you not exchange with Jordan? Is she on your card?
She gave me some candy with the blow pop.
So we're going to say, because there's a flaw in the game, you exchange with Jordan, so stand up. Alvin, you don't have a sucker in yours. I do. Did you exchange with? But you have Jordan on your card.
Yeah.
Stand up. What's your name? You don't have a sucker in yours? Did you exchange with Jordan?
I gave her a piece.
She didn't give you a piece of candy?
Well, she just came very last.
All right. Well, you stand up. Okay. We said the suckers represents HIV. Everyone that's still seated, look to see, we did that already. We look to see if you exchange with Jordan. Jordan, you stand up, girl. Okay. So whether you exchange with Jordan or anybody that Jordan exchanged with, you should be infected. So we have everybody standing up. That's what we wanted. Okay? All right. If look on the bottom of your bag. If you have a C, raise your hand. At one C, not C and something else. One C. Who has C? Two? Alvin and Cynthia, y'all may sit down. What do you think the C stands for?
They cured.
Not cure. What do you think, HIV?
They clean.
No. They use protection. All right, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. What percent? Because out of everybody in here, there was only 2 that used protection. Okay? Alright. Now, if you have an IC on your bag, raise your hand. Okay?
If you have an IC.
IC. You can sit down. I'm just kidding. Y'all stand back up. What does IC?
Incomplete.
Incorrect or inconsistently. You didn't use protection consistently or correctly, so you are infected. All right, now we're going to talk about the ones that are the ones that were never standing. Okay, if you were never standing, hold your hand up. Okay, this young man and this girl here. What did y'all have on the bottom of your bag? Elm. And they were the ones that presented as our partners at the beginning. What's the elm stand for?
Married.
Monogamous. Okay? If you're married and both of you are clean, can you give each other an STD?
No.
No. Okay? And lastly, what did you have on your bag?
A.
A. What does A stand for?
Abstinence.
Abstinence. Okay? So she never got anything either. Okay? And we're going to talk about some of their roles that they played. Okay, y'all can all be seated. We're going to talk about some discussion questions. For the abstinence participant, how did you feel during the activity?
Great. Because everybody asked me, they said, can you understand? I said no. I got some looks too.
Yeah. What about the married couple? How did y'all feel? Was it easier though, knowing that you had a partner? Like, oh, we're here together versus somebody that's just absent? Yes.
Could they have exchange candy together?
They exchanged candy, they did. But they just didn't exchange with anybody else. Okay? So you kind of felt left out, right? Are you happy now that you were left out?
Yeah.
Yeah? We said that was it hard not to participate? Yeah. Okay. The people that asked you if you wanted to exchange, how did y'all feel when they were like, no?
I felt bad because I saw some attitude.
You saw attitude?
She rolled her eyes and she said, oh.
Was you a little bit offended?
She said, oh.
The participant that started the HIV infection, how did you feel once you figured out, oh, I'm the one that started all this?
I did a good deed.
Not necessarily.
Somebody tried to make me think her like this.
Did you feel like we talked about earlier, like, oh, there's a stigma on me, and I feel shameful because I'm the one that started this?
Yeah, because I thought I was a good person.
Yes. Okay. So once I told you that Jordan was the one that started it, how did everybody else feel?
I was upset.
I was upset.
Upset, right?
She said I started.
Okay. So going back to Jordan, how could we have protected ourselves against her?
We could have stayed
Stay
away.
Stay away. That would be like
How would we have known though?
be abstinent. Wear condoms.
Be
We
abstinent.
couldn't have known.
We should have known, right? But you don't know. It's a risk that you take. Okay, so we're going to talk about some prevention. We had a couple throughout the activity that had the C on their bag. We said was for protection for condoms. Did y'all know that condoms are only 98% effective if they're used properly and consistently? Okay? Did you know that a survey in 2015 said that teens, only 57% of them use protection? So that's not very much, right? And y'all came to this conclusion on your own. The only way to protect yourself from somebody that started the infection was to be abstinent, right? Okay, so I've got this little activity for y'all really quick that we're going to kind of do as we go along. I want you to just kind of take one and pass them around. So we talked about abstinence being the best and the only 100% way to protect yourself, right? So we're going to talk about some things. So in that little box, that first little blue box, I want you to write what are some things in a relationship, what are some things that you want out of a relationship? So what's important to you in a relationship? Because a relationship is more than just sex, right? Just as many as you can think of. Tell me some things. Throw some things out.
Trust.
Faithfulness.
Loyalty.
Commitment.
Responsibility.
What'd you say? Fun? Good. Okay. Communication. Finding common hobbies, things that you like to do together, right? It's built on trust and respect. All right, and so then in your next little box, your yellow box, it says, how would you feel if you had sex with somebody and the next day they broke up with you?
That's all they want. That's all they want from you.
And how often in this generation do we run into that? Sadly, a lot, right? In this generation, how often do we run into something like that?
24/7.
All right? So we got to protect ourselves. This would cause emotional harm to you, right? How would you feel? Heartbroken, sad, mad?
Because they'll lead you out, they love you, they love you, they gonna be up, they hit it in pussy.
Regret? Would you feel regret? Yes. What about guilt? Would you be depressed, sad, mad, angry? Would it lower your self-esteem?
No, man.
You don't think so?
I be angry, but it won't mess me up.
Well, a survey says that 70% of sexually active teens say that they wish they would have waited. Okay? So y'all are not the only ones that have felt or would feel regret, angry, mad. Okay? All right, and so in your next box, your purple colored box, I want you to think of some things that you value about yourself. What do you value about yourself?
What you mean?
Like, what are some things that make you feel good about yourself? What are some things that, like morals, what are your morals?
Oh, really? Can you break it down?
What do you like about yourself?
What are some things? Tell me.
My loyalty.
That's mine.
I love myself.
Personality.
What you call it?
With others.
Like your personality? Your outgoingness?
Yeah, I love how you read it on my paper.
Okay? And lastly, I want you to think about some goals that you have for yourself in the future, past just high school.
You want us to put our name on it?
No. So what are some of your goals?
Becoming a pediatrician.
Going to
Have a
college.
family.
College, have a family.
Having my own clinic.
Okay.
Be an entrepreneur.
Does anybody else want to share their goals?
I want to be education and then have something doing here.
Okay. So you wrote down some goals. I saw everybody write them down. So what about developing HIV as a teen or having a child as a teen? How would that affect your goals?
Oh, it will push me.
It push them back. It's gonna mess you up.
Because you're going to have to try to take care of your child
Until they
before,
get older.
you know.
Your needs won't be supported.
Yeah.
Okay. So good. So you're having mistakes at this stage in your life directly affects your values and your goals, okay? And the way you feel about yourself and your self-worth is should be respected. First by yourself, and then whoever is your boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Y'all see that respect for one another? Okay? So, like you did today, I want you to start thinking about your goals and thinking about your values and what you want out of life and where you want to go in life, okay? And it's never too late, and y'all go ahead and start today, okay? That's it.